Now you're welcome back. It is now News Now, reaching you live from the studio of iBrandTV, Lagos, Nigeria. Nigeria Anti-Narcotics Agency has seized a 30 kg of methamphetamine valued at $1.2 million that was to be shipped to the UK through the main airport in Lagos. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, in a statement on Sunday, said the methamphetamine consignment was concealed in powdered custard containers as part of a consolidated cargo going to London. Now, suspected drug baron Charles Chinedu Eze and 2 other people were arrested at the Murtala Muhammed International Airport. Detectives have also seized Mr. Eze's property in the Hope Market Lekki suburb area after his personal identification documentation were found during a search. The main suspect reportedly fled the UK in December 2022 after an alleged involvement in a drug-related offense. A group in Ibadan, the Oyo state capital, has called on governments at all levels to put in place proper legislation to protect the interests of widows and widowers who, according to them, are being subjected to cultural injustice. This and many more were the focus of a book launch to honor the travails of vulnerable women in the society. The organizers of the book launch and the women rights activist Emiola Fakolade demanded an end to what she termed stigmatization of widows, while also calling on the government to provide support programs for them that would protect their interests and welfare. On their part, Oladakbo Okunyemi of the Widow Support Initiative and Steve Ajaka, a widower, shared the views and experience.
My message to the federal government is for them to do the needful, and I hope that the new president will stand up and do what is needful. Not only for widows, there are other segments of the federation that need help, because Nigeria belongs to everybody.
There are laws in place and we are grateful. They give them foodstuffs and we are so grateful. But we also want to get that bridge between the laws and the practicalities. Sometimes they go to police stations, like we were told, and the policemen will tell them that it's a family matter, that they should go back. So we just need the government to be more involved, make groups, support groups with the widows, and attend those groups, and just make sure that they are okay. Their mental health should be a priority as well.
I think in the budget of the state and the nation, they should consider the widows in their budget.
The chairman of the Presidential Election Petition Court, Justice Arino Samani, has dismissed the application for live coverage of court proceedings at the 2023 Presidential Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja on Monday. The justice said the application by the People's Democratic Party and Labour Party lacked merit. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, had filed an application on May 8th for an order to allow the live coverage of the daily court proceedings on the case they brought against the president-elect Bola Tinubu following the February 25th election. The Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, followed suit with a similar application asking that proceedings of the tribunal be televised. However, a week later, Tinubu opposed the application for a live broadcast of the proceeding of the election petition, describing it as an abuse of court process. The leadership of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has suspended its one-week warning strike, which it embarked upon on Wednesday, May 17th. President of the association, Dr. Emeka Orji, said the association suspended the action for 2 weeks after reaching some agreements with the government on Friday. He, however, stated that the doctors will meet again on the 2nd day of June this year to review progress made with the agreement signed, after which the association will decide on their next line of action. On May 17th, NARD began a 5-day warning strike to press home its demands after a 14-day ultimatum to the government lapsed. The doctors are demanding, among other things, the payment of all salaries arrears for their members, as well as the immediate upgrade of infrastructure in public hospitals. The United Kingdom has indicated plans to ban some foreign students from bringing their family members into the country. The move is part of an immigration crackdown reportedly in the works, with official figures out this Thursday expected to show that net migration has rocketed to 1 million. A string of alarmed Tory MPs have broken cover to call for Prime Minister Rishi Sunak to get a grip on the rocketing numbers. Scrambling to get ahead of the bad news, ministers are expected to announce the immigration clampdown on Tuesday or Wednesday. And according to the reports, the crackdown will see all master's students and many other postgraduate students banned from bringing family over. The Allied People's Movement has said that it will call one witness to testify in its petition at the Presidential Election Petition Court. The party said that it will call only one witness and would need 3 days for the witness to testify. Reporting to the court on the agreed streamlining of witnesses, counsel to AMP, Mr. Shehu Abubakar, said the star witness would take 20 minutes to give the evidence in chief, while cross-examination would be for 25 minutes and re-examination will be done in 5 minutes. Abubakar said that documents that would be relied on by each party had been exchanged between the parties. Now, for his part, counsel to the Independent National Electoral Commission said that the electoral body was not invited to the meeting between the petitioner and the respondent. Counsel for Senator Bola Tinubu and Mr. Kashim Shettima, Mr. Akin Olujimi, said that it would be calling 3 witnesses, with 2 to be subpoenaed, and the court fixed Tuesday to deliver its ruling on the matter. The main opposition party in South Africa says it is asking the anti-corruption watchdog to investigate what it says are inflated contracts for the upkeep of ministers' lavish homes. Now, this comes after the ANC government revealed that between 2019 and 2022, it has spent nearly $5 million maintaining dozens of properties occupied by public servants. The controversy adds pressure on President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was elected on promises to root out corruption after his predecessor, Jacob Zuma's term, was marred by political and financial scandal. Alleging brazen corruption, it says the bill for Bobs was almost $1,000 at one ministerial mansion in Pretoria. Then there was $70,000 kitchen renovation and $2.5 million spent on generator in ministers' homes, while most have been struggling with South Africa's worst power cut. The Liberian Electoral Commission says it has begun investigating cases of underage voter registration and duplication of voter register, which violates the country's electoral law. The National Elections Commission said it uncovered the cases during an examination of the voter register following the completion of data synchronization from 2 countries. Liberian law allows only citizens aged 18 and above to vote. The Commission said all ineligible registrants will be removed from the poll register and prosecute any official found culpable of malpractice. The biometric voter registration was marred by technical glitches, including shortages of biometric card that prevented some Liberians from registering. The head of Russia's Wagner mercenary group has vowed to transfer control of the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut to the Russian army by 1st June. Wagner founder claimed to have captured Bakhmut on Saturday, but Kyiv says it still controls part of the city. Ukraine says its troops are still advancing on the outskirts of Bakhmut, but Mr. Prigozhin said his troops will start handing over the city to Russian army on Thursday. Bakhmut was previously known as Atmovisk in honor of a Soviet revolutionary before Ukraine renamed it. He said that Wagner had set up defense lines on the west of the city ahead of the transfer. A Belarusian opposition activist arrested after his flight was forced to land in the capital Minsk has been pardoned. Roman Protavich was hauled off his flight and arrested on charges of inciting arrest in May 2021. Earlier this month, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison. It is not immediately clear what the pardon means for his jail sentence, which states media previously reported will be served in a penal colony. The charges Mr. Protavich was sentenced for include organizing mass riots, calling for sanctions against Belarus, creating or leading an extremist group, and conspiring to seize power.